Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you some writing of Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle was an American actress, or actually is an American actress, who is now married to Prince Harry and has children with him. She stepped suddenly into the limelight when she was dating Harry. Remember, handwriting is a mindset expressed in words and behavior. My name is Marcel Elvers. I'm the author of Handwriting Analysis Principles, available on Amazon. Meghan dabbled in calligraphy when she was younger. Calligraphy is, of course, an art form, an expression of beauty, and is more or less decorative. In her younger years, she had a mindset to express herself through an art form with an emphasis on imagery. Here is some of her writing. We can see that the structures that are added are remnants of her calligraphy days. Yet she made the choice to write with these additional and unnecessary strokes. There is nothing wrong with that, of course, but it does tell us something about her mindset. A choice to embellish is a need to be noticed. It says, I write a little different because I am a little different. Do you see me now? This is, of course, in line with her career choice, being an actress. On the left is the writing of one of my dearest friends, and she has a similar history to Meghan. Also used to do calligraphy, and we see remnants in that writing as well. Now, when a handwriting is messy, like we see on the right, these are subconscious embellishments, and they tend to be messy, inconsistent, and exaggerated. Now, calligraphy is a conscious choice, whereas the messy writing is most likely subconscious. I do want to be noticed, but I feel troubled. Here, I want to focus on the baseline. The baseline is fairly straight, with some minimal, normal, natural variation that suggests emotional self-regulation and emotional stability. And yet, in the end of the writing mildly drops below the baseline, and that happens when emotions become negative and we get a little anxious, so our muscles tense up, and therefore writing cramps up and kind of drops because we cannot reach as high with our pen than we used to. Now, that emotional expression is normal, because she is writing to her father about him selling her story to a British tabloid, making her life unnecessarily difficult. Meghan is an actress. She embellishes and has emotional self-regulation. And that combination, actress, embellishment, emotional self-regulation, implies Meghan is prone to provide a facade, an image. She is most likely image-oriented. She just likes to leave a good impression on others. Absolutely normal. Now here we see a very important stroke. The stroke that I'm pointing at is called retracing. That is when a downstroke is followed and covered up by the upstroke. We see that frequently in the N, M, H, and R. We see that the upstroke does not veer away from the first stem. It doesn't move forward. These writers are prone to repress their feelings and introspection, which typically leads to unresolved emotional issues, with, of course, varying consequences. Strong repression suggests deep-seated issues that are not dealt with. In the word August, we have a fancy-shaped first letter A. That A also drives through the baseline and suggests a loss of impulse control and prone to acting on urges, subconscious urges. This can be as simple as putting your foot in your mouth, and in criminality, people can overstep social boundaries even in violent ways. Of course, this does not apply to her. The reversed arcade that we see here, incorrectly nicknamed a felon's claw, is about social shame and guilt. Of course, again, we can say this is a remnant of calligraphy. But remember, whether it is conscious or subconscious, we make a choice on how to embellish. And how we embellish is typically in line with our personal constitution. People that have finals that are curved and up, like we see here in the E and the H and some other letters. Writers who move forward with that curved forward stroke at the end of a word are typically kind, generous, and they like to be with people. They get energy from them. They value other people and want to be fair. They want connections. These final strokes are called cupped garlands. And a cupped garland should not return to the left. It might go up or forward, but not to the left. So these cupped end strokes, the cupped garlands, indicate generosity, a willingness to give or share. And then we see in certain words that have a negative emotional impact on her, like the word heart, not, chosen, blind, and pain. We see that the words mildly cramp up in some instances, but these final strokes are not there. She writes this letter indeed with a heavy heart because her father hurt her. This is absolutely a normal reaction, and basically her handwriting shows that what she says and how she feels is shown in her handwriting, and it is consistent. I can only wish her well. She is in a difficult position. After all, if you're constantly being scrutinized by paparazzi, and we know what happened to Princess Diana, why did you do this, Dad?